Alright, so this is the box the Doomlings Upgrade expansion came in. So this contains all the upgrades to the base game to the deluxe set. So as I said, if you've seen the deluxe set, the only thing the deluxe has over the base game, I'm not sure on box size, if it has a different box or not, may have different artwork. But like for content is it'll have 3 foil cards instead of 1. I don't know what they all are. And it has a playmat if you wanted the playmat, which could be fun. Maybe for people that aren't as familiar, but I don't think you really need it personally. It's probably just for like to hold the age cards. Yeah, it's gonna come with 5 expansions: MultiColor, Dinolings, Mythlings, Teclins, and the Meaning to Life mini expansions. Yeah, nothing extra special on here. There's 86 cards. So the website does show them like as packs of cards. They don't come in actual like unwrapped packs. They come in little just sets like this. They're all wrapped. I've unwrapped mine. But that's just how they come in here. And then basically you can stick these in the big box. So this box is useless now. Unless I want to keep it for some artwork. So let's look at what we have here. So the first one is Dino. So all your backs are going to be the same as your other cards. So there's nothing different there. There you go, the set symbol. There's a little set picture on the back. So we have Dinolings. There'll be Dino-based cards. Of course, dinosaurs. So 15 traits, 1 dominant, 1 age, and 1 catastrophe. Fossil records show that Dinolings once roamed the End Eras. This deluxe expansion revolves around the discard pile and easily slots in any game of Doomlings. You don't need to learn anything new, simply add them or remove them to your liking. So let's go over all of these. We have Elongated Neck. I've got Fronds in high places. Playing action card from a card near hand. Playing action from a card near hand. Pterosaur Wings. My wings have fingers. I've got wing fingers. You may play 1 effectless trait from the discard pile. Terror Beak. Nose goes into the flesh of my prey. To play, you must discard 1 greed trait from your hand or trait pile. Bony Plates. Before the wedding, I'm throwing a stag party. Draw 3 cards. You may discard Bony Plates to play 1 of these instead. Discard the rest. Ceratopian Horns. Named after the North American Michael Cera. That is not true. That's funny. We have Fronds. I haven't had a haircut since the Jurassic era. To play, you must discard 1 trait from your trait pile, plus 2 to the game pool. And Thagomizer, named for the late Thag Simmons. Look it up. All players, I don't know if that's true or not. All players must discard 2 cards from their hand, including yourself. We have some gray ones. Cranial Crest, I don't know what it does, but it's there. Plus 1 for every 3 negative face value traits in the discard pile. Dermal Armor, why didn't you like my script? Don't be shy, I've got thick skin. You may discard 1 trait from your trait pile. Fecal Fibers? Every story about me is a fluff beast. Draw 1 card. If it is a dominant trait, discard it. If it is not, play it immediately. Ignore its action. Egg Predation. The thing was going to be a T-Rex. You should be thanking me. Steal 1 Dinoling from the opponent's trait pile. Ooh, that's fun. Proto Feathers. Everybody tickled by my new look, but I don't know what the fuzz is all about. Play 2 additional traits, ignore the actions. And Talons. You scratch my back, I'll slash yours. Then we have Reds. We have our dominant trait, which is Carnosaur Jaw. Stop moving, I can't see you. To play, you must discard 2 red traits from your trait pile. Serrated Teeth. I ate my dentist. Plus 1 for each dominant trait in the discard pile. And Tiny Arms. Reach out and touch prey. Plus 1 for each Dinoling card in the discard pile. And then our new era are the Badlands. Discard 1 card, shuffle the discard pile, and deal 1 card to each face down to each player. Return the remaining card to the discard pile. And their Catastrophe is Impact Event. -1 to the game pool. Discard 1 card from your hand for each dominant trait in your trait pile. World's End. -1 for each trait in your trait pile with a face value of 3 or more. Basically, the bigger you are, the harder you die. So these are fun. The dinosaurs say I get. You'll notice there's not an even amount. So there was 3 blue, 4 green, 3 gray, 3 purple, and then 3 red, with 1 red being a dominant trait. So now, I think before, I didn't count them, but I think before all the colors were even. So starting to add the expansions will throw off the even number of colors. Our second expansion are the Mythlings. These are mythological creatures and abilities types of stuff. Dragons, fantasy. So Mythlings exhibit traits of magic and mischief that defy the natural order of things. You might want to familiarize yourself with the base game before introducing these tricky techniques to players. But don't worry, the cards will teach you what to do. Simply add or remove at your liking. So our first balloons are dominant trait. Legendary. Everything you've heard about me is true. Well, maybe just the good stuff. Discard your hand. Do not stabilize. Dimorphous wings. They help you fly, but they break easily, like budget airlines. Icy, frosty, and hostile. Frostal, if you will. Righteous. The opposite of wrongus. You may play Righteous from your hand at any time to stop an action that affects an opponent. Elven Ears. A sail on arrows, you say. I'm listening. +1 for each Mythling in all trait piles, including this one. Fey. Fairy. Demoted angel, occasionally collects teeth. You may play Fey at any time. All players receive +1 gene pool. Orcish tusks. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth and maybe a war. You may play Orcish tusks from your hand when your opponent plays a dominant trait. Destined. Legend tells of a being meant for greatness. We all know them by a really, really cool crown on their head. Effigal. Comes from effigy. How do voodoo? You may play Effigal from your hand into your opponent's trait pile when they play an action. Rainbow Horn. Rainbow Horn, yay! You may play Rainbow Horn from your hand anytime if you have all 4 colors in your traits. Necromantic. Why don't we head back to my place? I've got plenty of spirits. You may play Necromantic from your hand when an opponent discards a trait. Add that trait to your hand. Witchy. Rat's tail soup coming right up. You may play Witchy when it is discarded from your hand. Turn Witchy to its hand, then discard a trait. When it's discarded from your trait pile. Zombified. I'd love to pick your brain. You may play Zombified into your opponent's trait pile when it is discarded from your hand. Ancient. If you want to pass me my forest, you must say what you like about me the most. Most about me. Choose a color, draw 10 cards, keep 1 of the chosen color, put the rest back to the bottom of the deck. Dragonheart. Everything melts in my mouth. +4 if you have all 4 colors in your pile. Gelatinous. Stuck in a ooze situation. You may play Gelatinous from your hand when an opponent steals your hand or trait. If Gelatinous is sold, then discard it. Mighty. Look upon thy sweet ox. Discard a trait from an opponent's trait pile with a face value of 2. As all our regular cards are aged, we have the Osmarian Wings. After you stabilize, pass 1 card to your left at random. And Catastrophe. Eyes open from behind the stars. So we have a slight Cthulhu reference in here. Discard 1 card from your hand. The players who discard the lowest space value must also discard 1 from their trait pile. When you discard your highest space value trait from your trait pile to the old god. Alright, so that's our mythological. So this time we had 4 red, 3 purple, 3, and then 4 blue. So I don't think they might all add up by the time you get all of them. I have to actually go through and check. Alright, our third main one is Teclins. So the same thing with 15 new cards. The tech boom on Enders sparked a new type of Doomling, one with certain modifications. Teclin introduces a new attachment mechanic to the game. On the back of this card is a complete set of rules to play. We recommend familiar yourself with the base game before diving in. So there's a lot of stuff to go on here. So attachments. Traits with the attach effect are played into your trait pile unless otherwise allowed. To quickly identify attachments, look for the symbol, the 2 gears. They must be attached to a host trait even if played randomly. If there are no suitable host traits, i.e. played at random, simply discard the attachment. Host traits. Dominant traits cannot be host traits. Traits with the attached effect cannot be host traits. A host trait cannot have more than 1 attachment. Skill swap discard. Attachments cannot be individually swapped or stolen. If by default, if the host trait is swapped, the attachment sticks with it. Stolen, the attachment sticks with it. Discarded, discard the attachment. Return to your hand, discard the attachment. So if it's in play, the attachment stays with it. If it's removed from play, the attachment is discarded. Random discard swaps and skills. The attachment alone cannot be randomly removed from your trait pile. If the host trait is considered for random removal, set the attachment aside, shuffle the suitable target. If the host trait is ultimately selected, then follow on. So just set it off to the side and see if it needs to be part of the random. And then trait and color. Attachments apply to your total trait count and they attach to your color count. So basically they get stuck to something else. So it's more or less they require something else to be played, and then they move with that card. So let's look at what they are. We have cybernetic. I can perform tasks simultaneously, like rubbing my belly and patting my head. Attached to a non-blue trait, that host trait is now blue. Ooh, that's fun. Mecha, the ultimate prom outfit. Attached to an effectless trait, +1 for each effectless trait in your trait pile. Neural link. Okay, computer, what number am I thinking? Oh, there it is on the screen. Take a peek at the next 2 ages. Lionization. Commonly found in genetic modified alien hunters, also calico cats. Attached to a trait in any trait pile, the host trait is now, its effect is now inactive. Nano. We are members of the Itty Bitty Techie Committee. Attached to a trait in any trait pile, the value is equal to the face value of the host trait. Transgenetic modification. Part fighter, part tomato, packs an awesome punch of vitamin C. Attached to a non-green trait, that host trait is now green. Our dominant trait is the gray one, which is ruggedized. I am impenetrable, beep boop. Oh, I am impenetrable corn, beep boop. That's even funnier. Attached to a trait, host trait cannot be removed from your trait pile. You may attach the new host trait at the end of each turn. Binary. They're a 1 and a 0. Together we're a 10. Steal a trait with a face value of 0 or 1 from an opponent's trait pile. Play its action. GMO. I am perfect corn. Beep boop. Attached to a trait. +1 for every trait in your trait pile is the same color as the host trait. Gray hat. I live by my own code. Look at an opponent's hand, steal 1 card, play it immediately. Electromagnetic. I put the rad in radiation. Attach to a trait in any trait in pile. If it has an action, play it now. Hypermelination. Does my central nervous system make you nervous? That is equal to the highest gene pool. Subdermal plating. Come with me if you want to live on a doomed and distant planet. You may play this at any time, attached to a trait, and in the trait pile, the host trait cannot be discarded. Bone Reinforcement. I got a new PPO plan through work. Figure I'd upgrade my plan. Upgrade my bones. Attached to a trait, host traits cannot be swapped or stolen. Bionic Arm. Never lose another Thumb War. +1 for each Teclin in your trait pile, including this one. +2 for each Teclin if this trait is attached to Bionic Arm. And Freakish Eyes. The big one assesses threat level. The little one detects allergies. Draw 3 cards. All opponents draw a card. So one thing I did like is at first, I think like the blue and green both had a card that said it changes it to a different color. I kind of like that they didn't do that with all 5 colors. This would be a very easy way to just make 5 quick cards. So we have our one age. We have Age of Metadata. Play this age with your hand revealed, and our catastrophe is Bioengineered Plague, -1 gene pool. Each player chooses a color, then the player on your left discards all cards of that color from their hand. World Design. Discard 1 random trait from your highest color in your trait pile. If 2 or more colors are tied, pick 1. So yeah, we had 3 red, 3 purple, 4 gray, and 3 and 3. So yeah, we only had 3 sets, so we only get 3 dominant colors. So hopefully they'll release 2 more full packs of cards, so you can get an extra dominant trait for the green and purple colors. That would definitely be fun, just to keep them even. Our next little mini expansion is only 7 cards, which is MultiColor. So 1 quad color dominant trait and 6 dual colored traits. The borders with multiple colors are simultaneously each color. Icons above the point values will quickly help colorblind players identify multicolor borders. This card can be used as a player aid. Blue, red, green, purple. Now, I like this. I also wish they'd put this on every other card. Like, just with this little symbol in every corner. I myself am not colorblind. I don't have that. I don't have that as an issue. Like, it would have been kind of helpful if they would have done this through every set, but maybe this just came too late in the game when this was kickstarted or whatever to add that on there. But maybe if they upgrade to a second edition of the game, they add that in there. Just have like in the top corner of every card or one corner, so I can hear they have it down here. So that could definitely be helpful. I'd say, maybe a little bit bigger up in the top corner. I don't know, something, but that's just me. So we have a 4-color dominant trait, which is Wild. World not paying when me true stick. We have the purple and green, Acrobatic. Me Llama Jungle Gym. The blue-green, Bloom. Who's up for a jam session? The red-green, Bullheaded. I'm 2 colors and that's the end of it. Red-blue, Curiosity. I'm not a tat, so it'll be fine. So I'll be fine. He's gonna spark 2 bombs together, so that's good for him. Hangwing. The forelimb is used for achieving the highest of 5s, and that's purple and red. And then purple and blue is Mitosis. I'm part of his soul cycle, cell cycle. And then we have just 1 gray, which is Free Will. The ability to choose between the number 1 or a number 2. Arrows and this card becomes the color of your choice. So all the multicolored ones are just 1 each. Except for that one's 2 for some reasons. That's kind of interesting that they made him a little bit more powerful. They should have just left them all at 1. But yeah, so that's an actual bonus set you could pick up. Then the final one is actually a new gameplay mode, which is called The Meaning of Life. 18 sign cards. Throughout the ages, Doomlings have contemplated their existence. Why am I here? Does any of it matter? Luckily, the meaning of life provides your Doomlings a simple answers to these complicated questions by adding the quantifiable point values to their lives. The complete set of rules on the back of this card, hidden objectives, incentivize different strategies, adding new elements to your decision when choosing cards to play. So basically how this works, the game starts as normal, 5 crates to each player, then shuffle the Meaning of Life cards, which will have the Meaning of Life backs on them. Deal two cards to each player face down. They secretly keep one and return the other box, just so they have some options if they don't like one. Achieving your Meaning of Life hidden objective during extra points. Note, if a card has varying point value thresholds, only apply the best bonus. At the end of the game, after all other points are tallied, determine your Meaning of Life points, then add it to your total. Congratulations, at long last you can quantify the meaning of your wonderful life. So these are basically, it's just extra hidden bonuses you can try and do. It's give you something to kind of maybe work towards. After you play the game a bunch of times, you want to add, hey, here's something that, instead of just playing randomly, I can try and maybe sort of aim towards a goal. So we have the Bibblies, plus 4 if you have only one dominant trait in your trait pile, plus 10 if you have none. The Dancer, plus 12 if you have the lowest score before Meaning of Life bonuses, plus 8 if you are tied for the lowest. The Fellmonger, if you have plus 3 if you only have 1 or 2 blue traits in your traits pile, plus 6 if you have none. The Jellyfish, plus 3 if you have 3 to 5 blue traits in your trait pile, plus 6 if you have 6 or more. The Logician, plus 3 if you have 3 to 5 effectless traits in your traits pile, plus 6 if you have 6 or more. The Lumberjack, plus 3 if you have only 1 or 2 green traits in your trait pile, plus 6 if you have none. The Magician, plus 3 if you only have 1 or 2 colorless traits in your trait pile, plus 6 if you have none. The Maven, plus 3 if you have 10 to 14 traits in your trait pile, plus 7 if you have 15 or more. The Cabachon, plus 3 if you only have 1 or 2 red traits in your trait pile, plus 6 if you have none. The Cosmic Jinx, plus 4 if your gene pool is 3, plus 8 if your gene pool is 1 or 2. The Soothsayer, plus 3 if you only have 1 or 2 purple traits in your traits pile, plus 6 if you have none. The Spirit Gardener, plus 3 if you have 3 to 5 colorless traits in your trait pile, plus 6 if you have 6 or more. The Tigress, plus 3 if you have 3 to 5 traits with action in your trait pile, plus 6 if you have 6 or more. The Vagrant, plus 8 if you have fewer traits in your trait pile than your opponents, plus 6 if you're tied for the fewest. The Vixen, plus 3 if you have 3 to 5 purple traits in your traits pile, plus 6 if you have 6 or more. The Warbler, plus 3 if you have 3 to 5 green traits in your trait pile, plus 6 if you have 6 or more. The Warrior, plus 3 if you have 3 to 5 red traits in your trait pile, plus 6 if you have 6 or more. And the Weaver, plus 3 for each set of all 4 colors, red, blue, green, purple, in your trait pile. Yeah, so those are definitely interesting. Majority of them are basically like, if you have few of one color, gain a bonus, or if you have a lot, gain a bonus. Or it's based on a type, like if you have a lot of action cards or this specific type of card. So those are kind of fun. I mean, they're pretty generic-y. Again, it'd be kind of, something like this would be neat, like they make more expansion of this game. Add something where, like harder bonuses to maybe try and achieve. Like, if you have, 6 cards that are, or like 4 cards that have, if you only have 4 cards that have 2, like, then you gain a bonus. If you have exactly 4 cards, like, with a cost of 2, then you gain, like, this bonus. If you have, and they can maybe, something like that would be kind of interesting. Because then, like, okay, I have 4 2s. I can't play anymore if I want, like, this 6 extra bonus points. So it might really determine on what you do. Is like, if I have to play more 2 cards, is it worth losing this bonus? There might be something interesting with that. And then maybe even some cards that affect, that different ways. That should be kind of interesting. So that is the bonus pack. So yeah, they had the 5 expansions, a decent number of cards here. Let's see how that fits in the book, in the box. So if we take out this extra little piece, if I can get it out of there. So they do all fit in there very nicely. And now look, and he said, I gotta show, and there's so there's room in the box, the base game box here, for more expansion. This piece doesn't come out though. It's actually part of the thing. So that's the only thing, is if they make more expansions, like there's one more pack, to stick it in here, you're going to have to basically take this entire thing out. You might be able to lay like one pack there, might be just fine. But if there's like too many more cards, you have to take it out, and then they're kind of slosh wrong. If you sleeve them, you're going to have to take out that divider anyhow, but it'll take up a little bit more room. They do make little foam gray blocks. Lots of games come with them. I would always recommend, if you're playing games like this, buy some of them, buy them, and have them for these games. I'm gonna do a little shell guy. I love him. Alright, so that was Doomlings. That was the upgrade Doomlings pack. So yeah, if you're looking to expand your game, definitely some cool things. Hopefully they release some more for this. I could definitely see some different themes. Like we had Dino, Myth, and Tech. It could be interesting to do stuff with like vegetables or more plant-based stuff. They had some like that where they had these swarm cards in the base game, or the kidneys. It'd be kind of neat to maybe see if they made them for the other colors. Just some things like that. So yeah, hopefully you see more of these coming up in the future. See you guys in the next video. Bye.